One of the best parts about life is food. If you've been on a white girl's Twitter page for more than 6 minutes, you know that food is, as well as something necessary for survival, one of the most significant sources of leisure and satisfaction life has to offer. Some foods, though, may be less than satisfactory not because of their overall quality, but just because of how freaking weird they are. These are those foods, the top 10 weirdest foods ever. Number 10 is burgoo. Starting off our list is the delicious Midwestern American stew, burgoo. It's a stew made up of multiple kinds of meat, including venison, squirrel meat, opossum meat, you know, the good stuff. Those meats are met by various spices and vegetables, like any good stew. So why is it on this list? Let's see if you guys caught something. What's special about the meats I mentioned? If you answered that they all can be found on country roads, you'd be right. Burgoo, or aptly nicknamed roadkill stew, is a Midwestern or Southern delicacy made with only easily accessible meat, most of which are found splattered across a forested highway. Yum. Number 9 is deep fried butter. Fun fact about me, I was born, raised, and live in southwest Georgia, so I've been to tons of local fairs and festivals, including one dedicated to fire ants. Ashburn, Georgia is a strange place. Even through all of those fairs, however, where even the scent of deep-fried goodies can give the healthiest of individuals heart disease, I've never seen this pure evil delicacy, deep-fried butter. Thanks to the states of Iowa and Texas, some festivals actually serve fried and breaded sticks of butter. Don't get me wrong, roadkill stew is pretty gross, but deep-fried, straight butter. Yikes. Number 8 is hakarl. So Iceland likes shark meat. No big deal, right? Well, the Icelandic delicacy hakarl requires to be rotten, fermented, and left out to dry before being served. It's a little out there, but certainly not to be associated with the atrocities that are deep-fried butter and roadkill soup, right? Maybe. But the esteemed late Anthony Bourdain considered hakarl to be the single worst, most disgusting, and terrible-tasting thing. So that's complimentary. Number 7 is chicken's feet. Served in various areas of South America and Africa, one of the world's most eccentric delicacies is chicken's feet. I don't have to explain why that's disgusting, right? Get this, its texture is said to be like gelatin on the outside, but the bones aren't removed, so the enjoyer of this dish must deal with conflicting textures while still apparently enjoying its savory flavor. Number 6 is tuna eyeballs. Along with anime and schoolgirl uniforms, we have yet another thing to thank Japan for. Turns out one of Japan's most common and popular dishes is a set of tuna eyeballs. Interestingly enough, the dish is quite tame, tasting similar to octopus or squid, which by the way does not change the fact that people are eating fish eyeballs. Number 5 is kash. Thanks to Turkey and other Middle Eastern countries, we have been blessed with kash, which is stewed cow head and feet. This dish is apparently quite popular, but needless to say, may also spur some discussion over how humane it is. Personally, my only issue with this is the eyes. I don't want my food staring at me as I'm digging into it. I'm also not a big fan of the idea of a tongue being in my mouth when it's not my own. Number 4 is haggis. If you've ever wanted to try sheep stomach oatmeal, spices, and onions mixed into a melange of pure hatred and disgust, move to Scotland and order a hearty plate of haggis. Haggis is traditional Scottish fare, but this particular mix I think would give Gordon Ramsay an aneurysm. Number 3 is balut. This one is an odd one. Balut is a delicacy of the Philippines and other Southeastern Asian countries, and it's basically just an egg, with an underdeveloped duck embryo inside. Give me a second, you guys. Oh god! Despite being apparently nutritious, balut has spurred passionate debate as to whether or not it is humane and should be socially acceptable. I think you guys are missing the point. People are actually eating duck fetuses. Fetusi? I'm not really sure. Number 2 is katsu martsu. Sure, bird fetuses and sheep stomachs are pretty gross, but I think I've found some solid competition. Picture this, you're out with your significant other during your vacation to the Italian island of Sardinia. You stop off at a restaurant. They set down their finest appetizer, sheep milk cheese. You take a glob with a toast point before noticing some movement in the cheese. That's right, there is live insect larvae within the cheese. Personally, I'd be wary enough to try sheep milk cheese, but I'm not really a big fan of anything live inside my food. And number 1 is Rocky Mountain oysters. Even the biggest carnivores would be grossed out by my top pick. Rocky Mountain oysters, a culinary delicacy in the western United States and Canada, are not actually oysters but are instead peeled, breaded, and deep-fried bull testicles. Yum. They are said to taste like venison, but others claim they taste more like calamari or even seasoned rubber. Makes even the most dedicated meat eaters consider vegetarianism. Well guys, that is it. Did I miss some bizarre dish? Were you disturbed by these foods? Leave a comment and let me know. I really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I suggest that you subscribe to this channel. I upload every Saturday. Thanks so much again, you guys. Have a good one. I'm out.